Alive.
Yeah.
Yo, what's going on, Zebra Crossers? Welcome to another episode of Quarantine Sessions. I'm your boy Lamal, aka Lim Comedy, aka Still Your Dad's Missus, and I'm joined by the guy whose dark chocolate complexion was so sweet that Cadbury's asked him for the secret formula, Mr. Gabriel Kojo.
Hey, facts, no cap.
And the
I'm out
man
here.
who's so fly that when he was born, he cut his own umbilical cord, Mr. Anthony Boyle.
Hello, I thought you said still STIL, your dad's missus, like you're married to my dad.
I don't know what you mean. But yes, we are here. And last week we did the relationship questions. How do you guys think that went?
Nah, that was funny, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that episode. Got some facts up, man.
I think people can see that we're now experienced enough to do it.
Mm-hmm.
We are real relationship counselors. But this week, we're going to mix it up. This is probably an episode more for our... No, let me not be sexist. This is an episode for all our viewers who enjoy football. Because we're big football fans. United. And we're doing a tier list. We're doing another ranking session. And we're going to rank our top 10 Premier League players from the years 2010 to 2020. Hopefully this goes well. We've never done this before, so I don't know if we're going to argue about this.
We'll see.
It could get quite peak. I don't know. Have you got any players that spring to mind, Gabs?
Well, I already got my number one, and people will be surprised as I'm a Man United fan, but no, I already got I got my top 5
from 2010 to 20.
Yeah.
I'm scared. Like the way you said it did feel like it's a number one that people would agree with.
No, I think they would. Honestly, I think they would agree. I think you two would agree. I think our top 5 would largely be the same.
Yeah, I'm gutted though. No West Ham player made the cut really.
You know what? Yeah, if my man if Payet stayed for another couple years, he could have. I think he could have cracked the top in his trajectory. He could have cracked top 10. You
reckon?
Yeah, no, that guy. Yeah, was it 2 seasons? He was unreal. How many seasons was he with you guys? 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Those 2 seasons, he was unreal for you guys.
Yeah, I think we definitely got him spotted to get back into the French squad. Yeah, he did bits with us. He just brought a different sort of flair to the team. I think there's been a few players like that for West Ham over the years that like Arnautovic as well. First half of the first season he was with us. He could have been a striker. He could have gone on to be, a prolific Premier League striker, but just didn't work out like that.
And I give it to West Ham. West Ham have historically had a good scouting system, because you guys have had good, historically good players in your team.
Yeah, I mean we breed good players. I'm just around the corner from the West Ham training ground actually, and I was looking up the other day what players came from sort of West Ham and this area actually in general, and I was fucking looking it up. Like David Beckham was from Leytonstone, Frank Lampard was from Romford. Who else? Joe Cole obviously used to play for West Ham. Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah,
fucking legends.
Defoe never played for West Ham. Defoe didn't play for West Ham, did he?
He did. Yeah, Defoe.
And he went to St. Bon's.
Actually, Lamar, talk about people that grew up in your area. You do know that the Redknaps actually used to live on your road very briefly. Was it the Redknaps or the Lampards? It's either the Redknaps or the Lampards, but basically they used to live on Lamar's road.
Fucking hell. Shout out.
But for a very brief time, though, it was it was long enough for people to notice.
Yeah, man. And we got the more recent. We got Rhian Brewster, who used to live not too far from you, then.
Yeah.
And Maitland-Niles, isn't he from Goodmays? Yeah.
And Reece James, right back for Chelsea. He's from my area.
So we got it's a good area for football. It's a good area
for football,
but yeah, a few honourable mentions actually, I should say, that didn't make the list. I don't know how you guys feel about this. So Dele Alli, did not make it.
Why would you make
Fell
it?
off. Fell off.
Son did not make the list.
He has potential
Nah.
to go on. Son could go on to crack the top 20, I'd say, if he continues
Yeah.
his form. Let's not play around.
Zabaleta did not make it.
Yes. I think there's an argument there.
For who? Sorry, was that?
Zabaleta.
Siri. Yeah, but maybe not now. He's a bit poor now, but for his consistency, that's the thing. Right backs and left backs don't get no love, do they?
They don't get no love. Oh shit! You know what? Who's not in there? Fucking
Ashley Cole. Actually, he's not really this decade anyway.
Nah. Who's not in there is Alexander Arnold.
Oh yeah.
Or Robertson.
Trent. But what about Kyle Walker and that stuff? Those are people that have been great. Should we put up this list anyway?
Yeah, let's crack on.
So how are we going to do this? Are we going to just go? We've got a list of people here. Can everyone see that?
So just for everyone, just say the names for everyone back at home, everyone listening.
Right. Okay. I'll go through it real quick.
Sorry, go on.
Well, I guess we can go through it bit by bit, but where have you done that? You've got the Google thing up.
What have I done? I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, he's on a bear. He's on a bear.
It's because I was trying to split into another tab.
Right, there we go. Okay, so fucking eyesight. Right, let me see who we got here. We got Aguero. It looks like we got Bale, Fabregas, Peter Cech, David Silva, Diego Costa.
Wait. Rather than going through them, do you want to just go through each one by one and then put them where we think?
Yeah, let's just fucking go through them. Yeah, and then place them.
Okay.
Yeah, because then we can be a bit more surprising. Because I don't know the whole list.
Okay, cool. Let's do it.
All right. I think should we do it in order or should we go around? Should we go with the first one, Mr. Sergio Aguero?
Honestly,
it's a very strong start.
I'm a United supporter, but for me, for the last decade, Aguero's number one for me.
Yeah.
In the Prem, he's number one.
He's my favorite. I think he's my favorite Premier League player of all time. In terms of, I'm very blessed to have properly seen him play. Because when we talk about like Premier League players, like we got to experience Ronaldo and even Henry and all them people. But when you're a bit younger, you don't fully appreciate their greatness. Right?
Yeah.
So. But when you get to watch Aguero when you're at the age, I was about 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, my formative years when you're watching Aguero, it's very, very powerful. And I think that's why. Are you crying, Lamar?
No, I got fucking hay fever season, man. I'm dying over here.
Oh, you're getting
Yeah, fuck Aguero. Aguero's he's top tier in it. He's world class.
He's more than world class, though.
He's number one.
He's in the record books, really. He's a player you're going to be talking about for a very long time to come.
It's funny though. Like, what is his best trait? He's one of those players that he hasn't got like.
I honestly think his best trait is consistency.
Yeah, that is actually a good point because he's not about like you see with Ronaldo, it's like his power, right? His athleticism.
Yeah.
With Messi, it's his dribbling. Like obviously Messi's got loads of other traits, but if you were to pick one, it's dribbling. But Aguero, yeah, maybe it's just his.
I think that's the more terrifying thing. I think when you're in the 85th minute and it's 0-0, and
that's when it's dangerous.
Your defense is switching.
You can't give that guy no space.
Yeah, no space or anything, and a player with the because it's mentality as well, and player with the mentality of Aguero, right? Sort of like how Shearer used to play. Like Shearer was just always sort of switched on and stuff like that. They can just get a goal from anywhere, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Probably why his name is so famous for that. Yeah. That famous Aguero. That's the epitome of what I'm talking about.
I was going to ask that. What was the? What did you do? Were you watching that game live? And what did you do when they scored? Because obviously, Gabe was a Man United fan, so it might be a bit hard to talk about. No,
because I remember that day fully because the Man United game finished.
Yeah.
And I thought, we won. So then me and my mum switched over to the Man City game. Yeah. I was just thinking, come on, come on, it was QPR, wasn't it?
QPR, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, come on, QPR, just hold on to this, just hold on to this. And then all you hear is Balotelli, and then Aguero, and honestly, I was in tears, bro. I was in tears. No, I was in tears. I could not believe it. I was like,
that has to be the best moment in sports I've ever seen in my entire life.
Mate, I had a semi. Like, honestly, might have been Virgin on
It's
full.
embarrassing for me to admit, but me and my brother were watching it, and we were like, we did the exact same thing. We were flicking in between, like, obviously Sky Sports don't get enough credit. The way they covered that absolutely perfectly, because they were doing that thing where they were switching between the games.
Yeah.
That bit where they were looking around, they were like, what's the score? When Man United went full time, they're all looking around, and it cuts to the Man City game, and it's Man City are still alive here. Balotelli, and like Aguero. And literally, me and my brother literally just started screaming. I took my trousers off, I was swinging around my head, and we just started screaming. We actually ran outside and stuff because we were going mad, and we started screaming the word. We go football. We weren't celebrating Man City. We were celebrating how amazing football is.
To be honest, like it was nice to see a team that wasn't Man United, sort of, you know, the typical teams and whatever. Did I see a bit of rivalry between the two Manchester sides and stuff like that? Because it would have been boring if United won again.
And that was their first ever title as well. Like, imagine, like, all the. I don't think you could make that more perfect if you tried it. The only way it could have been more perfect, it was like a bicycle kick or something like that, right? That's the only other way honestly, I could think it more perfect.
And it's got like one of the most controversial players in Premier League history, Balotelli, who set up the goal.
It's his only assist. Do you know that?
That's a good stat.
And
he does what he likes. He does what he likes.
Maybe to talk about Aguero. Like, do you think? Honestly, though, I think if I was to put a bet on who would 100 million% score that out of like him, Messi, and Cristiano Ronaldo, I'd put it on Aguero to score that goal in the final kick of the game. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just Like, I think he might be the definition of a clutch player. I know Messi and Ronaldo can be clutch at the time, but I think Aguero has been clutch more times in the
Prem for sure.
In the Prem, yeah. In Champions
like...
League, Messi's probably the most clutch player of all time, right? But
Ronaldo.
I knew you.
I'd give it to Messi. You know?
Right, but let's not get into it.
But we're not talking about them two.
Yeah, Gabs will go off on one. But
But yeah, like no.
Let's put him number one.
Aguero's more of a complete striker. He is.
He would be my number one if I was to name my top 10. So we've got a list of 36 people here, right? So there's going to be some people that miss out. But what we're going to do is, as we fill them out, some people are going to get knocked out the list naturally.
Yeah, it's going to get brutal.
I can't see him moving from that top spot.
No, he's not. He's not moving.
Actually, it's 35. I can see Bale on here twice, but Bale was our next player.
Oh right, okay, yeah,
So Bale. The thing about Bale is that the question is always: did he hit his peak and leave too quickly? Right, because we only got peak Bale for about 2 years, was it?
Yeah. So he left in 2013 to join Real Madrid. So it's really hard if we're talking about in terms of Premier League. It's hard to really say.
I saw what they were saying, like when they were picking the Premier League team of the decade. Was it the decade? I think it was the 20th anniversary of the Premier League. They did like the best ever Premier League team, right? And they were talking about players who were unbelievable but for a short amount of time versus players who've done it for years and years. So like Shearer, right? Like scored 20 plus goals for like years and years and years, but he might not be as good as, I don't know, like someone like Cristiano Ronaldo. There's the specific example they were talking about was Pires in Arsenal, who was amazing, but was only there for like 3 years at Arsenal, right? So the question was, can he get in the team based on those 3 years? But so it's a bit of a difficult one, right? But so that's the same with Bale, in my opinion. But when I was looking at clips of Bale not too long ago, and it was just unbelievable, like how good he was. If he kept that consistency for all of his, like, if he stayed in the Premier League, he was easily going to kind of skyrocket towards the best ever player in the Premier League if he kept that same consistency.
Yeah, intensity. Yeah.
I just want to, like, what impact did he have on the Premier League as well? I don't know. He had a massive impact for Tottenham.
My man, I think his last season for Tottenham, he was the one that single-handedly was keeping them in the race for the top 4.
Bro, have you seen his last ever goal for Tottenham? It's like unbelievable. It's just like so the idea was that they needed to at least win to get a chance of getting top 4 and get in the Champions League. And I forget who the other team was, but it was between, if the other team won, they were going to they would go into the Champions League. Let's say it's Arsenal. So they needed, if it is Arsenal, I don't know, but they needed Arsenal to lose and them to win. And Arsenal were winning, and it was like, so Tottenham needed the goal to at least have a chance in it. And it was like literally on the 88th minute. I feel like getting it up, but it's probably going to be too long. But he's about 40 yards out, and he just sits on his left and just pings it top left corner. And it's just like, how can you do that on your last ever game for Tottenham, on the last game of the season? He didn't actually secure it in the end, but to do the job for Tottenham, because if they got into the Champions League, then he would have stayed. What a change of events it would have been. But
disrespectful. He's a disrespectful player to do that. He had no right, but he did it. I think, for me personally, it's a hard one.
I'll put him number 10 for now.
You put him what?
Number 10 for now.
I'd put him a bit higher, actually.
Number 10?
Yeah, the reason why, because I feel
he knows what's coming up.
I know what's coming up, because he only was in the Prem last decade for 3 years, yeah? So we have to take into account only 2010 to 2013. Yeah. And those 3 years, he was unreal. He was unreal.
And the thing is, he actually he's in the Premier League for longer than 3 years, but it's only when he hit his strike. That's the thing. He had loads of. There was a period of 40 games or something where every time he played for Tottenham, he didn't win, and that's when he was left back. But then when he unlocked his ability on that left wing, right, that's when he really unlocked his power. And the game, it wasn't a Premier League game that everyone saw his potential, was against Inter Milan. Do you remember that game?
Yeah,
I remember that game
where he scored a hat trick in in the second half or something, and he just completely brought Tottenham back into the game just on his own.
I'm gonna have to put him. You know what? He wouldn't make my top 10 if I'm honest with you. But for the sake of this,
really, and I must say as well, as a personal story, he put in the best ever player performance I've ever seen at Upton Park. If you remember the game where Tottenham beat us 3-2, right? We were 2-1 up, and then they got to 2-2, and he kind of, again, it was 80 something minute, he got the ball at the edge of the box, and he just absolutely pinged it top bins. And everyone was just saying after, there's nothing you could do about it. We could have played 100%, but there's no way we were going to beat them because of how good he was playing. So I've got a personal soft spot for the man, even though he was a Spurs player.
Right, what are we saying then?
I'd say 8, but I think I'm happy with 10, especially if you're saying you wouldn't put him in your top 10.
Well, let's go number 9. Let's put him in.
Yeah, let's put him number 9. Put him number 9.
Yeah.
The thing is, we might find because we're only restricted to this list, so we might find that he might go even higher when we're comparing to the rest of this list, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Right, so.
Because I think we're thinking of Cristiano Ronaldo and people like that as well, but of course it's only of this decade.
There's some ballers in there still. But let's crack on. So who's next then? Cesc Fabregas.
Again, he kind of straddles 2 eras, right? Where his early years at Arsenal were unbelievable. And I feel like he went through a bit of a dry patch, but then towards his kind of final years at Arsenal, he was really sort of strong, and that's what he was just he was the kind of bright spot as they were doing that inevitable downfall.
What about his years at Chelsea?
He did his thing at Chelsea. I'm not gonna lie. He did his thing at Chelsea. That guy, him and Diego Costa, that season, unreal.
I think we need to put respect on his name. I think as a Premier League player, I think he's done a lot, to be honest.
I think he's got the second most assists in the Premier League history. I can't
vouch for that.
He's definitely top 3. I think he's got.
Personally, though, I don't think he wouldn't be in my top 3 midfielders in the Premier League. Just
Mm.
especially, maybe I'm wrong. I maybe look at this decade, like maybe I'll think otherwise. But just in terms of like, 'cause he's a very, very good, but he's just one of those players like that will keep things ticking along, and he's just a quality player. I think he's a definition of just like quality player. Like you stick him in. Like I don't think I've ever seen him have a poor game. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, he's a baller. He's an absolute baller.
No, he is.
he'll be like a Xavi. Xavi's like an amazing player, but he's just like he is what he is, right? Like he just does his job like perfectly, so he doesn't really get a lot of plaudits.
Yeah, but I mean, think of the vision, the passing, the like. I think he brought a new style of football. If I'm honest, like there was a lot of players that were growing up. I remember a lot of players had the Cesc Fabregas shirts and trying to emulate his style of play, the little tiki taka, all of that. He was one of the first Spaniards to bring that to the Prem, actually.
But that was a decade before. But if you say decade,
right. When we say 2010 to 2020, are we talking about players that finish their career between that or still playing, or are we talking about what they've done in between those years? Because I don't think we should disregard. I think we should talk about their whole careers. I think it'd be unfair just to say,
I guess, but when you're talking about someone, it's a difficult conversation.
I think we should talk about their whole careers because we've got players like I can see John Terry on there.
Right, yeah, but the thing is, John Terry, I suppose he played for a bit longer than Fabregas in this decade, anyway, didn't he?
Yeah, Cesc Fabregas was second all-time assists in the Premier League with 111.
Yeah, I knew Fabregas had something silly like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys think, but I wouldn't have put him in my top 10 for now. I might change my mind when I compared him to everyone else. Just because I feel like there's other players on here this is no dig at Fabregas, but they can do everything Fabregas does, but just does that little bit more. But I'm not denying, like, depending on if I was building a certain team, like I know it sounds weird, but I'd put him in my certain teams above the other players, but in terms of just pure what they are, I probably wouldn't put him in my top 10.
Yeah, okay, fair. Let's put him. I would put him in my top 10.
I'm happy to put him.
Can we put him in at 10? Can we put him in at 10?
Yeah, put him at 10.
Yeah,
put him at 10.
He can get bumped, but we'll see.
It's going to be really difficult conversations coming now. Petr Cech is next.
Right.
We
only need one keeper in the top 10, I think.
Okay.
Right. Does he do it for you? Is he the best keeper between 2000?
Well, he was part of the best defense. He was part of the best defense of all Premier League time, right? Where I'm pretty Chelsea. I forget what year it was, but I think this might have been before 2010, but they had the lowest conceded goals all time, and I forget what number.
Yeah, that was like 2004. So it was one of them early ones.
Yeah. But then you got to say, like, how much did John Terry and all them play in that as well?
Yeah. No, but the thing is, we have to remember, we have to think about the Petr Cech of Arsenal. That was the Petr Cech last decade. And that 1 year, he wasn't the same. He wasn't the same as the Chelsea Petr Cech that we know.
Kind of like the David De Gea of now.
Huh? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I don't know. I think it's for me. It's between two keepers there. Maybe years to come, it might be between. I think Edison would make maybe that, but it's too soon for him. I think it's between Cech and De Gea. De Gea brought.
If we look at last decade, I think it's De Gea.
I don't think you're wrong, but I think
De Gea gets exposed. Has been getting exposed the past 3 seasons though, multiple times, and I never seen Cech get exposed madly. I know he might have been slower. He might have been slower to get down at stuff, but like in terms of mistakes, mistake.
But Gabs, Cech has had some real butterfinger moments.
Yeah, and so is Petr Cech, bro. Do you remember the famous quote? Yeah, when Arsenal got Petr Cech, they said that he
10 points.
10 points.
Yeah,
And then it was far from
The
that.
opening game was against West Ham, and he made a mistake and we won that game. It was like
That
2-0.
guy wasn't the same guy. It wasn't the same guy, man.
He was just slower though. Whereas I feel like De Gea actually makes mistakes, like whereas Czech is just older. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no excuse. I feel like Czech was making less mistakes, and he was getting much older. Where De Gea was still young, and he was making and he's still making mistakes. He's young.
Nah, it got to the point, yeah, because we have a lot of Arsenal friends. That Arsenal fans could not stand Petr Cech. They did not want that man as their goalkeeper.
I it's a fair point,
Yeah,
and
Arsenal,
especially
you man hate all your players. Like what?
yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Who do they like?
They do, but
I think
honestly,
the thing is though, Gabs, if it was all time, is Czech better than De Gea?
oh yeah, 100%.
Okay,
100%.
I'll give you that.
100%.
So I'm putting Czech in there.
But for the last 10 years,
It's close. I think it's closer than you think. You know.
Check that. My decision is Czech.
and what do you think for the last 10 years?
I would actually go with De Gea. Just so for the decade, I'd go with De Gea. I think should we just put De Gea in as number 10? Just if it's like majority rules. Actually, should we just knock off all the goalkeepers now? Because Lloris is there. Is he not?
Get Lloris out of there, bro.
You're only thinking that because of the past couple of years, though. Because Lloris, when he first came on the scene, he was like the best keeper in the league, and then he's really fallen off.
Wait, and get the list up again.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, not share my screen, of course. It's just De Gea, Czech, and Lloris. That.
Yeah, I think. I don't know.
Get
I'd go with
Lloris out here, bro.
Well, if it's not, this is hard. This is very hard. If it's not,
what I do think about this decade is that we haven't had. We thought that De Gea was going to be this all-time great Premier League keeper, but it's clear that he's not. I don't think he's going to be an all-time great, especially when you can tell when Edison and Alisson are going to overtake him if they keep going the way they're going.
No, and 2 seasons ago, was it 2-3 seasons ago? Edison and all them will never have a season De Gea had a couple seasons ago, when that guy was literally unreal. I think when we came second, that guy, oh my gosh, the saves he was making, I don't think them other people are touching him with them saves.
Yeah, but in terms of like Edison and Alisson, probably are just as good as De Gea now, but add like much more gameplay into their style of play, right? Like ball playing abilities and kind of actually playing the game a bit more smartly. But I don't know.
Right, let's move on. I think we can agree that De Gea is on the list, yeah.
Yep. Next up is David Silva. So that's who I was talking about in terms of Fabregas. I know they're slightly different, where David Silva's a bit more attacking, right? But I think he's one of the best midfielders that the game
Top
is.
five.
Top five. I think that's even two. Like, mate, he's one. I think I'm gonna say this year. I think David De Silva. Sorry, David Silva. Fucking hell, I can't even get his name out. That's like
David De Silva. Yeah. To me, David
is one of the greatest players to ever grace the Premier League. I will say that now.
It's not a controversial statement at all.
And I think he needs to be top 2. In my opinion,
I'd be happy to put him as number 2. I'm trying to be not look at the rest of the list.
Let's put him as number. I say top 5 for sure. Let's put him number 4.
He can get bumped.
We can bump him up.
No, but he can get bumped.
He can get bumped down. So I'm saying I could easily put him as number 1 because I think he could be my top 3.
Yeah, that's the thing. Put him high, and then we can get bumped down. I think.
Okay, cool. Cool. That's fine.
I don't think there's much to say though, is there? It's just like
no, that's you don't need. We need to talk about.
I think it's only recently people started realizing that about him. Like he's just a quality player. Just a
right
scary player. Right,
the villain.
Diego.
I mean, he's
right.
He's a quality player.
I'm gonna take this. Yeah. The seasons that he was in the Prem, I love Diego Costa.
It's scary, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. 2 out of the 3 seasons he was there for Chelsea, he banged for Chelsea. The first season and his last season. That the middle season was a bit, but the first and third season, that guy was impressive, man.
He's unstoppable.
But yeah,
he's a monster. If we talk about strikers who defenders would hate to play against, I think he's up there.
Wind you up, wouldn't he?
He would.
Yeah.
He would just get in your head psychologically, physically. He can sort of push you off the ball. Technical ability, great finisher. He's got a lot in his locker. In terms of Premier League all-time greats,
I'm not sure.
hard, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think he makes it. I don't think he makes the cut.
I tell you what, him and Fabregas were a great partnership as well.
That's what I was just about to say. That them two were scary together.
Yeah,
they were scary together, man. Honestly, I think Fabregas loved playing with Diego Costa. Loved it.
I'm happy to leave him out of this list.
Yeah, I think he needed another. If he was there for at least 4 or 5 seasons, for 4 or 5 seasons instead of 3, I think he would have cracked the top 10 for the last decade.
So I'm just thinking, like, I'm having a cheeky look down the list, and it's going to get political. Okay, let's leave him out.
Stop. Let's just take it step by step, right? So put Diego Costa aside. He's done now.
Done out here. Hope he doesn't watch this podcast. He probably. That's the thing. I'd never say this to his face.
You know what I say about this next player, right? He is the greatest player to never make people's top 10.
Who's this?
Didier
Drogba.
Whenever you have a top 10 discussion, right? He's never in it, but he's a legend.
Yeah.
Right.
Wait. What are you gonna say?
Me.
Yeah.
You don't rate him.
So Didier. Oh, no. I love Didier. No, I love Didier. Yeah.
No, you don't.
But no. I didn't know. Stop it. I think Ant can agree. Yeah. That Didier, he kind of tricks you. Yeah. Because when you have memories of Didier, you think of amazing stuff. Yeah. But then when you actually see the amount of goals he scored, yeah, it's like raw. Like is that it?
Have you seen his goal contributions though?
Yeah,
someone dropped his stats the other day where it's something ridiculous, like his goal scoring ability, his goals scored, and his assists. If you put them all together, it's like every other game he either scores or assists. Like
that's the thing.
easy.
The thing with Drogba is he weren't like a typical number 9 in the box, like just sort of getting as many goals in as he can, right? He was the master of sort of disruption, hold up play, strength, getting the ball forward. He was remember when Barcelona were top of their game, right? And Chelsea went to them. I think they were under Mourinho, and he parked the bus. Is ringing a bell.
I think it vaguely rings a bell. Was this when they got cheated the second leg? No.
This is when Chelsea beat him.
No, so that was when Mourinho just left. That's when they won it, right?
That's it. That's when they won it. And Drogba, I think Drogba was the reason, because they just couldn't handle his physical presence. They just really couldn't. He's a menace, like off the ball, on the ball, headers in the box.
But the reason I say this about Drogba was, okay, if it was 2000, 2010, that he will undoubtedly make this top 10.
Yeah.
But this last 10 years, I can't put him there. And also, when you tell me a stat, that Drogba's only scored over 12 goals a season twice in the Premier League, that's like alarming. I'm thinking, what?
Yeah, but I guarantee, like, if he scores 10 goals in a season, he has like 15 assists as well. Though, do you know what I mean? Like, so it's not. I know what you mean. Like when you think striker, you think got to be goal scorer, but that Chelsea there'll be a player that I'm guessing is going to be on this list. And there's a few players that were kind of doing up the goals as well. Where he wasn't exactly needed. He wasn't exactly needed to score goals, but they wouldn't have been where they've been without him leading the line.
Oh yeah, no, that guy was the driving force. It's just that the job I think about, the great job, but I think about 2000, 2010. If you're talking about that decade, but this last decade, I wouldn't think of Drogba like that.
To be fair, he's not on my top 10. But I have to pay homage to him, and I have to say how Drogba was great because I think he gets slept on a few times.
Okay.
But yeah, let's move on.
Christian Eriksen.
Get the tier list up, and I just like looking at it.
Sorry, I keep forgetting. I want to make sure that people see all of our faces when we speak as well. But there we go. Hey, Christian Eriksen.
Oh man, he's top 5 for me.
If he didn't fall off the past 2 seasons, he would have been.
It's a shame, innit?
The part because Tottenham fans when he left, like they hated him because number one, he was clear he wanted to leave for like years, but then like he was just playing badly and playing like he didn't want to be there. But when he came, the debate of him versus Ozil, right? And I just think it is like the easiest debate ever. I thought he was clearly better than Ozil every day of the week. Like, it's better in terms of affecting a game, actually doing things in a game, consistency, like being the game changer on the pitch. Obviously,
and I'll give also one season over Eriksen. And it was that one. There was one season when I think Ozil should have broken Henry's record.
Yeah, and that's the season where Payet took his spot in the PFA in the team of the year.
Yeah,
because he fell off that second half of the season because he kept getting assists and then he just stopped. He bottled it.
That's the thing with Ozil. When you have Drew as your striker, when you have Drew as your striker, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard.
You say that though, but or maybe Drew back then. Drew is not a bad striker at all.
No, he's a frustrating striker, but that's another story. That's another story.
I don't know. So tell that to France.
We'll get onto Ozil, but
bro, no, we'll debate this after about Drew. We'll talk
about I'm gonna put Eriksen at number 6.
I was gonna say 7 for me.
Maybe 7, yeah.
Just because he's.
I say 8. No, 7. I'll do 7.
All right, let's go 7.
It's a good middle point. If you're saying 8, you're saying 6. We can put him at 7. Just because, again, though, like his form in the seasons where he clearly wanted to leave does put a massive damper on things. But I think he after Aguero, he's probably my favorite player in the Premier League when he was playing really well. Like I really loved watching him. Right, Fernandinho.
That guy is criminally underrated.
He's a baller.
I think for me, he's underrated. Guy, he's done a lot for City. That guy, he's the
most versatile player as well. Like
mate, I can't lie. I'm looking at these City players on this list, and it's just City. Fucking hell.
Nice to have money, isn't it? Yeah.
Jesus, man, they've got some jokes in their squad. This guy's he's a special talent, isn't he?
Thing is though about Fernandinho, like it's about money though. Like when you think about how like money doesn't buy you just these star players, but they buy you like these incredible scouts. Because what a find like Fernandinho was. He was just playing for Shakhtar before, right? And obviously Shakhtar, a big club in Ukraine, but like no one's kind of. I can admit like Fernandinho wasn't like a big name on anyone's radar, right? But like what a perfect player.
Not thinking, let me go to the Ukraine for a starting fucking.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I think he again, but this is where I'm contradicting myself because again he's one of those players he's just a quality player who's just does his job. But then I was kind of bad mouthing Fabregas for doing the same thing. But I think the edge that Fernandinho has over Fabregas, he's got that toughness.
Yeah, he does.
That's what I would say.
Plus, I think when you're in a title-winning side, or like a side that wins things, like City, I think you got a different sort of mentality as well. I think you got to pay homage to those kind of players that are in a squad where it's a different kind of consistency going on the pitch and thinking I'm going to win every match. To whereas Fabregas might have been like, you know what, Arsenal might not win every game, but I'm going to be that standout player. I think it's different. That's why I would put Fernandinho higher than him.
I put Fernandinho higher because his intelligence in the game to disrupt any chance that opposing team has is top notch. Like no one understands how much Fernandinho disrupts counter attacks, etc. And he can see like when there's going to be danger coming. And the guy's a baller as well, man.
And he's old.
Like,
Like for his age, for him to be competing at that age is just impressive. I'd say
I think
the thing is, this is
I put him
like
I put the same level as Ericsson. I think for what he's done for Man City, I put him the same level as Ericsson.
I'll put him below personally, but
I think if we could have something in between these two,
I think him at number 8.
See, this is the thing. Like, this is where we're getting sticky because I don't care for having rules, but like I do think in terms of the play that we saw, Bale is better than them two in terms of midfield players, right? But like in terms of longevity and just impact, and it's weird, isn't it?
When we have a final like list, right?
Yeah,
we can go back and do that kind of stuff, but let's keep Bale there for now.
Cool.
I think Fernandinho number 8 for me.
No, I wouldn't argue with that. I wouldn't argue with that.
Let's move quickly on. Stevie Gerrard.
Stevie G. What was this? When did he
Can I see the list quickly?
Yeah, Gaz wants to see the list.
Steven Gerrard.
Hang on. When did he leave Liverpool? Let me see. What year was that?
2014? No, is it later than that? 2015?
He was his last season wasn't his most impressive. I think we can agree on that.
His last couple.
I think this decade he wasn't.
He wasn't that good. He wasn't all that this decade.
No. His best quality by far was his leadership.
Yeah.
But like if this was again,
he left in 2015.
Same with Drogba. I think easily he'd be in that midfield for leadership, just technical ability.
I mean, if we were doing all-time greats in the Premier League, he'd probably make my top 10. But
I don't know. I don't even know, but I can't with heart put him in my top 10 for this decade.
I can't say that he makes that.
I think he's. Do you think he's the? He's got to be one of the best leaders of all time in Premier League history.
Him, I think Roy Keane and maybe Vincent Kompany.
Yeah,
I think they're like my top 3.
Yeah.
Well, what about John? No love for John Terry.
JT?
Not over those 3.
Not as a black person.
Yeah. Yeah. As a black man, I don't think I can. But yeah.
I'm gonna leave Stevie G out.
Leave him out.
We're not trying to cause the meme of him slipping over and losing the title. It's not. I think a lot of Liverpool fans could agree with that. He was definitely not his best in the league. He was very injury prone, and he unfortunately he got embarrassed quite a few times on the big stage.
Didn't like the last couple of seasons? Wasn't he playing like CDM?
Yeah. Kind of.
But that I don't think that's a detriment to him. I think that's he's one of the most versatile midfielders. I think. John
100%. He had to play CDM because he couldn't play. No.
He could play anywhere. There was times when he's playing left mid. There's times when he's playing CDM. There's times when
I'm talking the last couple of seasons. He didn't have the legs anymore to play like attacking midfielder or centre mid. He couldn't. He had to. If he wanted to be in that starting 11, he had to be CDM.
Yeah, but the fact that he was still leading a title, he's still leading the squad that was up for the title. I mean, I know he cost him it, but
his last game, they got battered by Burnley 4-0. I think that's the tragic tale.
Yeah, it was a tragic end, wasn't it?
A tragic. I think that sums up his decade. It was just unlucky and
sloppy. Trying to get back up. Right.
Eden. This is a bit more hot-headed. I think he's easily top 5 this decade for me.
100%.
He might be
100%.
Huh?
He's in my top. He's 1 or 2 for me. I can't lie to you.
Like he was in a bad Chelsea team, remember, as well for the majority of it, and he was
as a baller.
Yeah, as a baller.
Think anybody on this list can touch him as a baller. I don't think. Honestly, I'm looking at it. I know, and that might be harsh, might be controversial.
It's close. He's definition of like if he just reminds me of someone who plays at school or something. It's like he's just a baller at school.
That's what I mean. And to do that in the Premier League, he was like that kid that you're just like, this guy is fucking deep. Like, I want Hazard on my team. That kind of player.
Yeah.
If he wanted to turn it on, he could embarrass you.
Yeah.
Put him too.
But again,
I think he could be one, man. I'm not.
Nah, I don't think he could be one.
He's not one. He's not
again,
one.
like maybe you might not agree, but like I think again with Bale's season of like ridiculousness probably eclipses Eden Hazard's best season. But I think again because he's done it for so long over those years. I don't know. Would you agree with that? That's the only thing I'm thinking. Like he's had some amazing seasons, but not one season has been better than that man.
No.
I don't know about that.
You want to know why I don't agree? Because the last season Hazard was at Chelsea. My man, I think single-handedly got them in the top 4, and he won in that Europa League. Because that, let's be honest, I don't understand. I still to this day don't understand how Chelsea made that top 4. And I think the only reason was because of him.
He was a talisman for them.
It was him. It was him, and that's why I think Chelsea
Bale was in a team with like Crouch and Michael Dawson at the pack. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's the bang average team, like Louis Saha, those types of players. But okay, I feel you. I know what you mean. Okay, but I cannot. But I think the fact that he did it over them years would put him.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say number 1, even number 2.
Put him 2, but he can get knocked down. Put him higher, and they can get knocked down.
My gut instinct would be like 3 or 4 for me anyway. But yeah, he could get knocked down. Right, big man JT. What do you think?
All right, since we're being so strict on between 2010 to 20, I can't talk about his career really. But then JT never really fell off, did he?
No, I was just about to say that. Like I thought up until he retired, he was the best centre back in the Premier League.
Yeah. Do you see the last time Chelsea won the league? He played all the games, every 38 games.
Yeah.
And I think we have to pay homage because he's from Barking.
Yeah.
So.
Played for Senrab, didn't he?
Yeah. Sponsor flats, don't know.
He's just like, I just remember like he's such a scumbag, but like I used to watch him play and I used to say like he's so good. And like no, even Van Dijk, Van Dijk's a quality centre back, right? But just in terms of just traditional centre back mentality mixed with like a modern mindset, I think he's.
I'm sorry, Van Dijk is not touching JT, and he's not touching Vidic. I'm sorry.
Wait, calm down. Hang on. You're saying it like Van Dijk ain't shit.
No, he is. Relax. He's just not touching John Terry and Vidic in career-wise.
Van Dijk can overtake. He hasn't yet. Don't put you bite my hand. Van Dijk can overtake Vidic.
I think he can overtake JT. I'm not even joking. Like,
yeah, of course. He can overtake Van Dijk. Can overtake anyone, but I just think it would take a bit more to overtake JT, just because JT did it over such a much longer period of time than
Vidic was a great centre back, but like you Man United fans,
Vidic is quality, man. Vidic is quality.
No, Lamar, let's not do this.
No. Don't get me wrong. He was fucking quality, but to make a statement like Van Dijk don't touch him, I don't know. Who do you think Vidic was, bro?
It's because Vidic had 2 seasons where he was just unbelievable. Like that's why.
Van Dijk got nominated for a Ballon d'Or. What's going on?
I'm agreeing. It's because people don't like people. It's like when a new rapper comes on and goes, "Oh, this guy's the GOAT." It's like when an old head kind of hears that Drake's the GOAT. They're like, no, because in their mind, Kanye West or Jay-Z is the GOAT, or I don't know, Grandmaster Flash or people.
We're not taking anything away, but like you gotta come on. Like I know Van Dijk, he's not as seasoned as Vidic was. I mean, I don't think we can talk about him in that sense. He hasn't served the run that Vidic served. But I mean, look what he's done. Like, look at Liverpool's defense.
No, I don't think Van Dijk is better than Rio Ferdinand.
So John Terry.
So this is
no, bro.
That's a bit wild there.
You guys put respect on Rio.
Fam. Of course.
You know what? I wouldn't be so against this if these weren't all Man United players. So anyway,
all right, we've got a lot to get through. John Terry, I think he's got to be top 5 for me.
100%.
I'll put him number 3. Let's put him number 3. We can bump him down. Right, let's move through this quickly.
Harry Kane. I actually think he would make my top 10. He's been kind of off for the past season and a half, I'd say. But like, we have to put homage on what he's been doing. And like, I think it's funny because at the start, like people weren't rating him because he was. Do you know how people like say, "Oh, he's overrated just because he's English"? Like he was getting to that point, he was getting underrated because he's Harry Kane and he speaks kind of funny. Like if
that
he was
guy's top 5.
if his name was Harry Kaneinho or something, people would act like he's like Aguero or something. But the fact he's just kind of this doofus, like
I think he's top 3, 4 for me because I know we say Aguero, right? We say Aguero is like one of the most well-rounded strikers in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think Harry Kane. If I had him as a striker on my team, there's just so much he can do. Like, like play deep, sort of in the box. He can do everything that you want a striker to do. Leadership. He's a great presence to have. You want him in front of penalties.
And also if he's on a roll in terms of games, like he can be sometimes more unstoppable than Aguero. Like if he's scoring 2 goals one game, a goal next game, goal next game. If you play him next, like he can be just like even more of a threat than Aguero. Do you know what I'm saying? But
and he does what a striker does without any sort of. There's no stress or strain. Like it's just like this is my job to do this. Yeah, I'm gonna go down for the header because that's what strikers
can I ask something though? Harry Kane, how is he with assisting his part? Like how is he with assists? Because I know what he brings to the table with goals, but what is he like?
Yeah, and I get that.
Let me see. Let me look that up.
I have a feeling like he's actually not that bad, but I wouldn't imagine it's too high. The only thing I'd put him like 4 or 5, but just because really, if you look at it, Spurs play better at the moment without him, which is kind of mad to say. Yeah, something's really wrong at Tottenham at the moment. But
his assists aren't that impressive.
Yeah.
He's got 20
hasn't been the same since the Champions League final.
That's not that bad, I don't think. But
it's not terrible when you compare him to someone like Wayne Rooney.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but that's because Wazza was playing CDM towards the end of his career. But yeah, I think, and also like this is a good question. Do you think so? He's out of form at the moment. If he gets back onto his normal form, because I think we can call that his normal form because he proved it. Because after his first season, I kept going, oh, he has to keep proving himself because he's a 1-season wonder on this. And then obviously in the next season he was even better. Yeah. Do you think if he goes back to his normal form, do you think he can break the goal scoring record? Because he's never going to leave the Premier League, I don't think.
He's never. I don't think that Shearer record is ever going to be beaten. That is too much. I think
Shearer's one is actually, just on a side note, Shearer's goal scoring record is ridiculous because he had two seasons where he's done his Achilles in as well. That's the maddest thing.
Yeah, Shearer was a different type of animal, bro. 260 fucking goals. That's a joke. Even I don't know.
Scary.
I think Kane will get in around 230.
Kane's got 130 now, I think.
Oh, that's really good actually. He could that's really good.
So if he does 20 goals in the Prem for the next 5.
Do you know what his biggest enemy will be? Yeah. Coronavirus.
You think so?
I think honestly, like because coronavirus is fucking up a lot of people in terms of the time that they're gonna have for their career in football. He's gonna have less years to play.
Yeah, I was thinking this the other day. We've lost another year of Messi and
it's a shame. It's a real shame. Aguero's at 180.
I think so. I would say 5, but
I'll say 5.5.
But I would it'd be very close to 4. Okay, let's do them there.
Let's put in 5.
N'Golo Kante is up next. So I'll share my screen again. N'Golo Kante.
Oh man.
He's tied 5 as well.
Yeah, he's got to be up there, man. CDM.
So my instinct was 6. I think he still performs really well, but I still think he's underperforming, if that makes sense. Like he's still at Chelsea in the last 1 or 2 seasons where I still think he's a great, amazing player, but he hasn't hit that form where he hit at at Leicester and early Chelsea days. Does that make sense? But I think
let's put him 6 or 7.
I don't mind. Put him 6.
6.
Okay. And great stat about Kante. He's the only player to win the Premier League back to back with two different clubs, which says a lot about him.
Says a lot about him. Yeah,
because he was at the heart of the heart of the midfield each time. Right, one of my favorite players, Kevin De Bruyne.
KDB.
I think it's too early to put him high.
High? Oh, well, wait. You're gonna get me angry here.
No, I think right now, I say I put him 9 for the last decade.
Where do you put him?
Crazy. You
put De Bruyne at 9.
You think Eriksen's better than him? And I know I was saying
no,
Eriksen.
but I'm talking about no. You're talking who's better. I'm talking about who's performed for the last 10 years, longevity and stuff. So I think Kevin De Bruyne is better than a lot of these players. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But even so, even though I agree, like I'm a kind of like I'd say I'm a fan of Kevin De Bruyne. Like I actually get annoyed when he's injured because you see last season some of the stuff he was doing with his assists and his departure.
Oh yeah. Honestly,
I'd make a bold claim that he's probably the best passer I've ever seen in the Premier League. Some of the stuff he can do is unbelievable. Like or better, I think the best crosses the ball easy. Like
100%. No, that guy, he's a beast with his passing, but I have to think about it. He's been injured a lot, and when did he come? When was he in City? When did he join City?
2015.
2015.
2015. So he's only got 5 seasons. He's number 8 for me.
Remember, he was at Chelsea before. Well, I mean, no one really remembers that because he only.
He wasn't. Nah.
We can't really talk about that. But he's got So let's just ignore his Chelsea career. He's got 143 appearances, 62 assists.
That's a ridiculous stat, actually.
That is.
That is a ridiculous. I just realised that's an assist every other game almost.
Yeah, and on top of that, 31 goals.
Wow.
So, I mean, look at the trajectory if you want to take it like that.
No. I think in this decade, 2010 to 2030, that man could easily make top 5. He's still young, but I'm talking in terms of...
He's not that young.
27 now, I think.
28.
28, yeah.
Ooh.
And that's why I get annoyed when he's injured because I know people think he's younger than he actually is.
Yeah. No, because you have to understand, my man has been, those 5 years, he's been injured a lot of times, you know.
Yeah.
As a talent, though, if we would forget about this, as a talent, where would he rank?
He's a top 5 talent. No, Lamar, don't get me wrong. I'm saying if you were doing a list of who's better, in terms of talent, this list would be very, very different. But I had to say who's performed.
All right, but but we are doing a list of players in the Premier League who performed between 2010 to 20, right? Has he not, that stat I just read out, right? Has he not performed?
No, he has. But the thing is, though, the longevity is an issue for me.
Yeah, but
he's been there for 5 seasons. And I think for 1 season, was he out for a whole season?
More or less, yeah. Yeah. But he's still done that, though. That's Lamar's point. He's still done that ridiculous amount of numbers.
Mate, I think you got to place him high in the last decade. Yeah.
I would say like 5 if we're going the whole decade. Lamar, what you're saying about ability, like he's, for me, in terms of ability, he's like 2 or 1, in my opinion. But
yeah.
So in terms of longevity, do you think
100%?
You think De Bruyne has done more for Man City than Kante's done for Chelsea, or in the Prem?
That's a good point, though. But this is the thing: we haven't really defined our rules, have we? In a clear,
because I can't put De Bruyne above Kante.
Yeah, like can you put De Bruyne above Kane even? Because Kane's done. He basically transformed. He's transformed Tottenham by himself almost, hasn't he?
Yeah. I can't put him up front just because of the longevity of it. I can't.
Let's put him 7 out of respect. Let's put him 7 out of respect. Right.
That's gonna. We're gonna get a lot of flack off that, but yeah, okay, go on.
All right. Because it's a good point though. Because next one is Lampers.
You know what? Lampard for me. Oh wait, hang on. When did he fucking retire? Because if this was, he's my top 3 players of all time. in
Well,
life.
remember, he retired. He played for City, didn't he? Before he retired in 2015, I think it was. He retired. If I'm
I
mistaken.
don't think he makes top 10. I don't think he makes top 10 this last
Really?
decade. I don't think he makes top 10 this last decade. I love
Really?
Lampard. I'm a Lampard guy. I actually love Lampard.
He was scoring 20 plus goals. I think he scored 20 plus goals in multiple seasons this decade.
Let me get it up.
Yeah, I know. I think I'm pretty sure he scored 20 plus goals in one of the seasons this decade, which is ridiculous for a midfielder.
Let me see if I can get the breakdown.
I need to know if that's right or not.
Let me check that as well.
Because
season by season, I think I'm just gonna type him.
Because yeah, Lampard is.
Because I was Lampard or Gerrard. I was always a Lampard guy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I was a Lampard guy. But a lot of people disagree. A lot of people are Gerrard, and I was like,
It's annoying you have to compare the two, but yeah. To be honest, I think that they're so different. They serve a different purpose on the pitch.
Yeah.
Damn, he's actually scored so many goals in a. So I was wrong. He scored 15 goals one season, but basically like 2010 he scored 10. 2011 season he scored 11. 2012 season he scored 15. 2013 season he scored 6. And 2014 season he scored 6 again. Like
I'm sorry.
He scored like 50 goals.
2000 to 2010. That guy, different animal. This last decade, yeah, I can't put him top 10.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if you can't. Like,
15 goals. He scored in 29 appearances. He scored 15 goals.
Lamar, deep it.
He was a monster up until 2014, bro.
Lamar, deep the midfielders that are kind of come next. There's a few
midfielders. I don't think any. Like, I think they're on the same. If not, Lampard is above them.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna say Yaya, and you're gonna change your mind.
No, you know, Yaya has a special place in my heart, right?
Okay.
But that doesn't mean.
Don't do this.
Hang on.
I can't wait until we get to Yaya. But
the thing is, I don't even know because I have to really analyze this. But the thing is, yeah, Lampard would still make this list for me.
But okay, right. So can I say that?
Gabs, we'll get into Yaya. I think he's last, to be fair. But it's like Yaya, ability-wise, again, he'd be super high. But in terms of like did he play to his 100% potential at Man City? I don't think the answer is yes.
Don't do this.
He did. He played. I'm not. I'm saying he was sick, but he like.
Don't you remember when my man is?
We'll get into it.
Right. We need to get through this quicker.
Yeah. Lampard, I would say 5 for me.
Wait.
Yeah,
can I ask something? So at the end of the list, are we only gonna have 10 people? Yeah.
Yeah.
We can try.
Do you honestly believe that Lampard, for the last decade, makes top 10? Based on the people we have right now, because we've got more than 10 people.
We'll find out at the end, right? We'll find out at the end. Right, next person. Modric. Big player. It kind of falls into the same bracket as Bale for me, where he was a really fantastic...
Didn't he leave before Bale?
Yeah, I think he left a year or 2 before Bale. So, like...
Nah, he don't have enough. He don't have enough for me.
If he stayed, though, he'd be like a... story, I think. He'd be like one of the best.
That's an honourable. He don't make top 10. Take him off.
Right, move on.
Suarez.
Right, he's got to be top 4 at least. No,
but it's the Bale argument, though, isn't it? Because
man.
You need to remember. I always remember this, right? His first season is at Liverpool. He was still deep, but he had one of the worst conversion rates in the Premier League. For every goal, he needed about 3 or 4 shots, which is like really bad for strikers, right? They need to have like...
Yeah, but not every striker's creating the chances that he creates.
No, Lamar. We need to put him on the same level as Bale.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I don't know. I don't think that we do with Suarez. I really don't.
Lamar, the first couple of seasons at Liverpool, people were saying he was kind of a flop.
All right.
I think the first 1.5 seasons, maybe.
But the thing is, when he left Liverpool, what were they saying about Suarez then?
He's one of the best.
Oh, they missed him.
He's one of the best
one of
Premier
the-
League players of all time.
One
yeah.
of the exactly like
Yeah.
you're saying that, but like what? Like, come on, Suarez. This is Suarez we're talking about. We're not talking about any Joe Blogs, bruv. Like, this is one of the greatest strikers to ever grace the Premier League.
I think there's a good thing to make as well. A good point to make where he was an unbelievable player, scored unbelievable goals, right, and was a talisman for Liverpool. He also let Liverpool down in loads of different ways. Whether it was the everything, the biting people.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
just being a general idiot, like where he almost where he took Liverpool to good heights. Yeah, he also stopped Liverpool from achieving stuff by being an idiot.
He makes my top 10.
But see, but when you know Suarez in this list, yeah, we need to reward people that won, bruv. Suarez didn't win the league, bruv.
Well, Harry Kane's
You
on
can't-
number 5.
I know, no, but the thing is though, the reason why Harry Kane is, I believe he's better than Suarez. Yeah, my man won 3 golden boots, bruv. And
That's
we
true.
took the projection. My man has a bigger in this career. I think he has a chance to win the league. All right, whether it's with Tottenham or it was someone else. You know what I'm saying? But with Suarez only won the golden boot once, bruv.
Yeah, but if you're talking about going to other teams and winning the league, Suarez went to Barcelona.
But that's in La Liga, bro.
But no,
We're
but I don't
talking about
get your argument. You said about he could win the league at a different team, like
yeah,
okay.
in the Premier League. That's what I'm talking about.
But what's that got to do between 2010 to 20? It's got nothing to do with that. You're talking
No,
about
I'm
things that
saying
haven't happened.
I was saying why I put Harry Kane higher than Suarez.
I get
just
the
about
golden
the
boot
free-
argument. I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah. But
Well,
I'm saying, and he's done it more consistent. Harry Kane has done it more consistently, goal scoring wise, than Suarez did at Liverpool. People think Suarez was amazing throughout his whole time at Liverpool, but they don't forget. They forget those first 2 seasons.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Suarez had a big impact on Liverpool's squad moving forward. The squad that Liverpool are now, Suarez was he's detrimental to that.
No, I hear you, but if you think about it, Klopp, since Suarez left, that Liverpool team has completely changed since Suarez. Like, there's not many remnants of that Suarez team in this team now for Liverpool.
I get it. I do get your point, but Suarez for me is always making this top 10. I think. Looking at the players on here,
I think
he's making the top 10.
So my question to you is, for the purpose of moving on, where are we placing him? Do you think he's comfortable at number 9 there?
The same as Gareth Bale, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think
quality-wise.
I've been outvoted, so we will keep him there.
What number would you have said?
I might have bumped him up, maybe 7 or 8. Me personally.
Right, Romelu Lukaku. Before
he don't make top 10.
Sorry. Wait. I actually believe there's a small argument for him to be in number 10, right? Because the guy had over 100 Premier League goals by the time he was 24.
Yeah, there's that for him. That's outrageous.
Forget the Manchester United days, and I still think Manchester United miss him massively.
You want to know why I don't think he gets put on 10, yeah? Because if you think about all the great strikers, yeah, I rate that he's got over 100 Premier League goals. That is good, but you have to see against the teams he's got that against. He's not a big game player.
Clutch. Yeah, that's a good point.
He's not a big game player.
For Man United, maybe. But what about Alex Ferguson's last game? He scored a hat-trick when he was at West Brom. Do you remember that one?
Yeah, but
I don't know. I get you mean. He missed that penalty for Chelsea, didn't he? Against
no, he's not.
I don't think he makes the top 10 for me.
No,
I think that's fair enough, but I think there is an argument for him to be very low down just because of that stat alone.
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
I think if he didn't fall off and if he didn't go Man United, basically, I feel like he would have been ridiculous. Right, Riyad Mahrez.
My man is 4.
Wow.
Put man as 4. That guy needs more respect on his name, bruv. That guy needs more respect. That guy's a baller, fam.
Put him at 6 for me.
Okay, I'll put him 6. I was going to say more. I was going to say 8 or 9, but because he's not featured enough in Man City at the moment. for me anyway. I know this season he
Wait. Sorry. I'm just looking at this. No. Put him down. Is he above De Bruyne? Never. Put him down. Put him down to
That's
8.
the thing because he doesn't play for Man City enough. Like
He's on the
No,
same
but
level
you know,
as Fernandinho,
Mahrez, yeah.
if anything.
Has De Bruyne had a better season at Man City than Mahrez had at Leicester?
Leicester, is that what you're gonna say?
Yeah.
That
Has De Bruyne ever had a better
probably,
season than
probably
Mahrez
last
had in
season.
Leicester?
De Bruyne had a better season than like in terms of doing things people hadn't seen before. I know in terms of impact, maybe not because he was playing for Leicester, but I don't know.
I
Mahrez
don't
that
think
season
it was
at
just
Leicester.
Mahrez for Leicester though. I think
No, you have
Kante,
to, Vardy and Kante.
big
obviously.
JV.
But you have to understand, my man won the PFA Player of the Year, bro.
yeah, but I just don't. I don't feel comfortable putting him above De Bruyne. That's just me personally.
We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. Mane.
Oh,
I think Mane is I think he's around this area here.
yeah, he's class in it. He's a class.
And I think if he keeps going, he'll move up this way.
See, the thing with Mane, yeah. See, this is the thing. This is why I think we've underrated Kante a little bit, yeah. Because for the last decade, I think Kante's done more than Mane.
Why do people always compare Kante and Mane? They're two completely different types of players.
No. I'm not comparing all their positions, but I'm thinking for who's done more in the Prem and for the teams they played for. I can't put Mane ahead of Kante. I can't.
Really?
I can.
You think so? Ant?
No, I think I understand an argument like for either or, but like I don't think it's. I wouldn't say it's clearly Kante's. Like you can't put mine over Kante.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know where that's come from. I don't know why Kante's name was mentioned here. I feel like if you're going to compare
let's put him
Mane,
on the
maybe
same level. Let's keep him happy. Let's keep him happy.
Go on then, put him there.
Yeah.
Jamie Milner.
Very important. Is a level of consistency. That guy is a level of consistency. Happy in any team.
I genuinely think he could play in like any team in the world and do a good job.
Yeah,
man was the back, but people don't remember Milner in Man City, what he did for them, what he's doing for Liverpool. Nah, he's that guy.
Yeah, we miss him. We miss him in the England team.
To play devil's advocate, what does Milner do for teams in terms of progressive play?
Just that stickiness, right? Like just that kind of.
Yeah. Do you think he makes a team better?
He just makes it tick. I think he's a great motivator. You see him before the games. He's the one leading the warm-ups and stuff like that, right? He's the hardest worker by a country mile. He's got great technical ability, and like he has a little bit of quality that he can match the world-class players around him. And that's all you need. So he's a better leader than all the players around him.
And you think about Milner. If you think about Man City's midfield, and you feel that, and remember, Milner played a big part in that midfield. He was in that midfield. That guy, he is someone that he's just the moving part that just keeps everything going, bro. Like he's just compatible everywhere he goes.
And in terms of versatility, he's one of those versatile players. He could play everywhere. I'd say, bar striker and centre back.
Yeah.
So is he making top 10 then?
I think he replaces Cesc Fabregas for me. But how do you feel about that?
Oh.
Yeah, did you just bust a nut?
No, bro.
De Gea. I'd easy take De Gea out if you want me to.
No, we need
no.
Nah.
You know what? Yeah, I agree. You know what? I agree.
Take Cesc out. Take
two titles at two. Oh, he hasn't won a title yet at Liverpool, but let's say 2 titles at 2 different clubs as well, Man City and Liverpool, and being an integral part of both teams. I think that scores you by default over Fabregas. I think.
Yeah.
Right, let's crack on. We've still got some players to get through. Let's go.
Yeah.
Salah.
4. Cool. Let's crack on. I don't think much needs to be said. I don't think really much needs to be said.
Yeah, it's just. Yeah. Okay. All
Right. Who's next? Who's that then?
Van Persie. No, it's not. That's Fabregas. Sorry, that's Mata.
Oh, Mata.
Van Persie.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mata. He has to make the top 10. I'm sorry. Matter.
You're joking.
Those
No, man. He's no since he's come to Man United. So when he's at Chelsea, I thought
that
he
guy
was
was the
like
best midfielder in the. At
in
one point,
in the
he
league.
was
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was the best midfielder in the world.
At Chelsea, he was. Man United,
Yeah.
he wasn't. Man United,
No, but yeah,
I think the disparity between him and Man United, that he drops out of the top 10 for me.
no. Look how what he did at Chelsea.
Mourinho ruined him. Mourinho ruined him.
No, and look what he did for Chelsea. That guy was unreal, bro.
No, he had one amazing season, and then Mourinho, because Mourinho
No,
had
two amazing seasons.
one and a
Two
half.
amazing seasons.
And then,
Where are we going with this, lads? I
Lamar, what do you think of Mata? I need to hear. What do you think of Mata?
I think Massa has been a quality player. He has been an average one. He's been a player that fits into a Premier League side, and he's been one that makes a difference.
I think recently he's been better, but especially he's like just that middle portion of his Man United career. He was just poor, I thought, as well.
Look at the midfielders on this chart, right? Is he better than that?
Exactly.
Is he better than? You say he's better
prime,
than David Silva?
In his prime, yes. I think in his prime he can talk to a lot of people. In his prime,
100%. But we're not talking about prime.
The only one I'm looking at is Ericsson in terms of but Ericsson did it for a bit longer as well. He had about 3 or 4 good years until he fell off.
I think it's very hard that that's.
Whereas Mata had 2 years and then he fell off.
I think that's a very hard decision to make.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Ozil would never ever get anywhere near any of.
No. Sorry, don't put Ozil top 10.
Ozil at one point. My point is Ozil used to be a world-class player. At Arsenal, I don't care what anyone says. He's at Arsenal. He's never been a world-class player at Arsenal. I've not seen one. I can't name you one game where I'm going, that game Ozil played in. It's just never.
I think you're a bit harsh.
I've never seen someone receive so many excuses.
Yeah,
I think you're a bit harsh.
He's got the belief, doesn't he? Like people really want to believe in Ozil, don't they?
I know, yeah. Like why does this player get a different treatment to everyone else?
No, I think you're a bit harsh, but you don't make top 10. Let's move on.
He is harsh. I think
I'm being harsh, but
Ozil's been unreal. There have been games for Arsenal.
Yeah, but that's harsh.
Do you know why I'm extra harsh though? Because I think his attitude is terrible as well on the pitch sometimes. If he was a hard worker in that,
he's had his troubles though.
No, but sometimes he's just caught like walking around the pitch, having struts when he's subbed, just walking down the tunnel like.
Hey, and we understand. You don't make it. It's fine.
Right.
It's fine.
Firmino, I'm done. Firmino.
I'll let you guys talk about Firmino.
A very important player. That's the thing.
Massive player for Liverpool. I don't know whether he's done enough.
He doesn't make top 10. I'm sorry.
He would be 11. He'd be 11 for me though.
This nigga said he let us talk and he's flared up.
Because I thought like you guys were gonna make a mistake. He don't make top 10.
No, I didn't. I'm just talking about him. Like I don't.
Nah, I thought you were gonna say something.
No. I think he's an important player, but I'm agreeing with you. I don't think he breaks the top 10 in this scenario.
Nah.
Right, let's bump him next. Rooney,
Dog.
the big man.
Can I honestly say he's been better than any of these players this decade?
Yeah, no, and you have to remember there was one season this last decade when he scored like 30 goals.
I know.
He was unreal. No,
that's the thing. If we got someone like Lampard in there,
you got to put Rooney in it.
But technically, I wouldn't be against leaving him out. Or
I don't know.
No, put him as 4. He deserves that respect of 4.
I think. Wait, you go from not putting him in to putting him at 4?
I didn't say not putting him in. I never said that.
I don't know, man.
I think again he'd make my top 15 maybe, but not my.
No, he's getting in the top 10 for me.
Okay. David De Gea is robbing a living being in his 10.
He left Manchester United. He left Manchester
United off now. Take the Gea off now.
Wait, hang on. He left Manchester United in 2017. So, and there was definitely seasons before that.
But he had some poor seasons as well. Like poor seasons.
Yeah, but he was doing a lot for that Man United squad.
Where he was let's not forget it. He was playing so badly as a striker. He got demoted to a centre mid.
Yeah, but look at his assist record.
No, come on.
Yeah, I know.
He was doing something right.
Can we drop the rule about the keeper? Because like I was saying before, I don't think any
drop him.
is going down as a great. Yeah, I think Alisson. The only one.
I'm not gonna cry about it. I think Rooney needs to be higher than 10. If I'm honest.
He needs to be. You need to put him as 4, bruv.
No. I think he needs to be.
Must be number 1. But
I'd be happy with him at number 6.
People need to be dropped then.
Oh yeah, 100. You put him at number 7.
You put him at 7. Bit cheeky, but you know we'll.
Oh, sorry.
Right.
I'm happy to drop Mane down.
Thank you.
We'll do that after, but right, next player.
Okay, I'll put Mane back up then. Raheem Sterling.
This
if I'm being honest,
one incredible season last season, but started the season good.
Put him 8 because he was a baller at Liverpool as well.
Do you think that's harsh?
No.
I think that's fair.
I think that's more than fair, to be honest.
Because no one's more critical about Sterling than I am.
Yeah. No, I think that's more. I think that's fair.
I think that's very fair.
Look at the two players above him as well. Like all of the players above him. Like technically, he's not on their level at all.
Put him at 8.
Cool.
Like,
Vardy.
Animal,
bruv. Animal.
I think he's one of my favorite players as well. Just in terms of like he again, I would make a case for him being number 10, but I'm gonna say
he's 10. I think he deserves to be put as 10.
Yeah,
he's a fucking beast. He's an animal. I think honestly.
Yeah, no.
Look what he did at Leicester, man.
If you compare Lukaku and Vardy, yeah, Lukaku's got the goals, but Vardy is a big game player. Man, he scored more crucial goals.
He scored in 10 games in a row.
Yeah. Come on, man. We talk about last decade in the Premier League, what he did at Leicester, and even this season as well. His goal tally for this season that's just
put him 10. He's a 10. Yeah. Put him 10.
Honestly,
I kind of like that. Him and Milner at number 10. I like that.
I wouldn't be mad if you put him higher, but I'll go with you guys.
He's honestly one of my favorite players, just in terms of how he plays, but also just like how his story as well. Like he was working in a factory, in 2013 or something, or 2012.
He's unreal.
I think company
4 for me.
I think that's quite easy. Not as good a player as John Terry, but is like just in terms, just a step below. Robin van Persie.
This is where it gets political, yeah.
It does.
Because he has 2 amazing seasons this decade with Arsenal and Man United.
But he's just, I could easily put him 3. These top ones for me.
He's put him 3. Please put him 3.
No. He's not going there for me.
He won Man United the season. Like if he didn't play for Man United that season, they wouldn't have won it. Yeah. It's even like I don't think there's any other season that you can say that about certain players, like where they just didn't.
I don't know.
Man United won this league with the worst team to win the league. I think it's basically just Van Persie, and he hit 100 goals this decade.
No, honestly, Lamar, he's done more than Suarez in the Prem for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, but Suarez is way down. We're not even talking same levels. You know, put VP up there. We can always bump him down. Put him 3.
Do you know what, though? I think I'll leave it at that. I'm going to say, because I would say Kane's nearly at RVP's level in terms of like how it's his progression, right?
Yeah.
But then there's a space in between them with salaries, but they're not comparable. Really. Right, Van Dijk, number 1. I'm joking. Nice.
Come on. See, how many seasons are we going to say Van Dijk has been at this level he's at now?
2.
I think Van Dijk, I think he could be number 4. I think he's on the same level as Company.
No, I think Company did a bit more.
See, come on. Put him at 5. Put him at 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
And like, I feel like when we look back on it, and because I know why people don't like rating Van Dijk, because Liverpool fans are really annoying. That's
Yeah.
probably a
Yeah.
big reason.
I'll pay homage to him.
He's like, when we look back, he'll be
He's a
up
brick
here.
wall, mate. Yeah.
Right, final one.
Toure.
Big man, Yaya.
Put the guy at number 1.
No, he's not
No,
number one.
no, I don't think
He's
Look
crazy.
at no.
You're drunk.
Oh
You're drunk.
my
You're drunk.
God.
He's not number one, Gabs. He's not in no.
Where is Yaya? Where's Yaya?
I can actually put in number 2 just because
I would have Toure. You know that Yaya is one of my favorite players of all
I
time.
love Yaya, man. That
But
guy. There was one season, yeah.
He's an
Remember when
all-rounder.
he was taking all the free kicks and that?
Yeah,
That guy, he was unreal.
Thing is,
I
I
think-
don't. Yaya's
And I
one of
think
the
he was
only
the
players.
first midfielder since Lampard to score 20 Premier League goals.
Yeah, I know. He's one of the only players who can pick up the ball from his own half and just
the drive.
drive through a midfield. Like he's ridiculous. All right.
But I was saying earlier, I honestly don't think we saw his absolute best though, by one season. Like, I know it sounds mad, but like I don't know. I feel like
Well, didn't he get he didn't fit into Pep's style of football, did he? So
Pep didn't like him as well. That's like
Pep is never like Yaya, even when he was at Barca, for some reason.
he put Fernandinho in over him.
But Yaya, yeah, that guy, yeah, he was a serious baller, bruv.
I think if he was in, maybe that's why in my mind, like if one of those, like if he was in an even better team, we'd be saying like he'd be like number 1. But like I know he was in a great team, but say if he was in the Liverpool team now or the Man City team now, we'd be saying like he's the best player in the world or something, right? But
yeah, and the reason why I rate Yaya so much, yeah. So there was a game against, I know it's not the prep, but it was a Champions League match against Real Madrid, and Man City lost that match, yeah. But Yaya was given that fight in that midfield, bro. He was doing bits in that match, and I felt like they deserved something from that game just on Yaya. But Ronaldo was just amazing.
There's 2 things actually. The game against Sunderland, I think it was the Carling Cup final, where he scored the absolute screamer, like to equalise the game, like from like 40 yards out. And then my second point is that I can't think of any other players that are like so lanky and tall, but so technical as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Literally, the only one I could think of off the top of my head, and he was at Man City at the same time, was Dzeko.
Probably Zlatan, but he wasn't really. He weren't really lanky, was he? He's fucking built.
Yeah, he's built. Yeah, he's a big, but like Yaya is just. Yeah.
Because when Yaya goes in his final engine, the final gear, bro, you can't catch him. Him.
Let's round this off, lads. Let's refine this list. What are we doing? Are we doing 1 in each? Because that could get political. Or are we doing 2 in each?
Let's go 1 in each. Let's go 1 in each. Let's be political. I think it's quite simple though. So like we
have to bump.
Do it. So we'll say who's better, Aguero or Silva.
Aguero.
So we move. Who's better?
Are we agreeing? I don't know. I'd say Silva.
Oh really?
I'd say Silva.
Okay.
But, I'll be no, but you two say Aguero. So
I think Aguero. Yeah. So I just assumed. But, I think Aguero. But I could see why someone would say Silva. But personally, it's Aguero. So who's better out of these 3?
I'm going
to be controversial. I do think Eden Hazard is better than Yaya Toure.
I'll put Hazard over Yaya.
Right. Okay. Bump into 3rd. So that means we've got to put Yaya in 4th.
I'd put JT over. I know they're completely different players. This is the thing now, right? But I would put JT over Van Persie.
Yep. So would I.
Wait, this gets all.
No, but obviously.
Okay,
Company and Salah. So Company and Salah.
Oh right. So now we got a few players here.
See, like now I'm starting to doubt. Like I'm starting to think Kane. I'd put Kane over all of these in terms of the decade.
Who's on number 5?
Terry's officially at the number 5.
Okay, so who's 5 and 6?
Is that a Company, Salah, Lampard, Van Dijk, and thingy? So technically, this is going to be the rest of our list, but this is where we're going to change our minds. I think. So this is the thing.
I'm going to say.
I would say Kane out of them.
Yeah, I'm going to say Kane.
Put Kane. Yeah, put Kane.
So Kane is number 6, but if you start moving these people down, so like now it's out of Salah, Company, Lampard, RVP, Kante, Mane, Rooney.
Kante needs to make top 10. Kante just needs to make. He needs to make top 10. Hey, and you know everyone from 7 below, put them out now.
I was gonna say, is there anyone from? But this is the thing. Like, I just think maybe
we gotta be harsh, lads.
I know. So that if I was making like a professional list, I would have to put either Suarez or Bale in there.
Yeah,
just because of their impact. But
the way we've done this, it has to be this way. I think.
Can I say this? Is Bale and Suarez getting there over Van Persie? He can't.
But it's different. It's different factors, isn't it? Though it's just like. I think Suarez and Bale are the most impactful. Had the most impactful single seasons in Premier League history, I think. In terms of just like excitement and like, I know what you mean with Van Persie winning the league. Like, I get in terms of actual like impact and how the season goes, but in terms of excitement and just lighting up the entire world, I think Suarez and Bale. Because Bale, like when Bale popped off, like that was the number one player in the world in terms of people talking about him. Do you know what I mean?
I hear you, but we need to with this list. We need to reward winning. We have to. We have to reward winning.
Yeah, that's why. In my opinion, I think Company has to make this list.
See, I put him lower. I know what you mean, but I feel like we cover that centre back thing in Terry. So we're looking at number 7 now, by the way. So it's Company, Van Persie, Kante, Mane, Rooney, Eriksen, De Bruyne, and Lampard.
You know what? Think about it. Yeah, Eriksen needs to get off this list, bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? And can you take some out, please? Because it's distracting.
Yeah.
I'm good for taking. Yeah, these men need to go.
Go.
Vardy.
Right. So.
You know what? Yeah. No. You know.
I'll move all these down.
10. Put Vardy as 10. I'm.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're gonna do, I know why you want to put him in, like for homage, but like we need to put Bale or Suarez in. If we're doing homage. Do you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't think
this is where it gets hard. This is where it gets. This gets complicated.
Because Bale never won the league with his team.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wait till we get to 10. So after Kane, so you got Company, De Bruyne, Kante, Van Dijk, Salah.
Put Kante.
I'm gonna say Lampard for me.
Ooh.
I don't know.
I would say Kante just for the fact that it's the two Premier Leagues back to back, different clubs.
Yeah.
Played almost every game.
Yeah, go on, and you convinced me.
Then it's Company, De Bruyne.
Who we got here again?
Salah. I think Mane can go.
Yeah.
Mane can go.
I think Rudog could go.
Yeah, I think Rooney can go. I think
Van Persie. I think you have to put him in for that.
Get rid of one of these. Get rid of one of these defenders.
Yeah.
So who's?
I'd say honestly, because in terms of leadership, we've already got JT on there. I think I'd actually say Van Dijk in person,
though, aren't they?
I'd actually say Van Dijk over Company, but that's very close.
Guys, what do you think?
I think we should put Company 8 and Van Persie 9.
No, I think the other way around. I think we got to put Van Persie 8.
I think Company could chill at 10, if I'm honest.
That's fine. That's fine with me. I'll take that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Van Persie, Salah, De Bruyne as the final 3, but I honestly don't mind that.
Oh no, I think you got me with that one. Yeah. What do you think, Lamar? I agree with
Wait. Let's wait. So are we happy with Van Persie at 8?
Yeah, I'll take Van Persie as 8.
I think Salah at 9. Does everyone disagree with that?
No, that's solid. It's his last spot then.
So the Lampard can go, and it's really that.
Put Van Dijk 10.
Yeah, I think maybe this.
You reckon?
Yeah.
New age. What a list! I'm quite proud of that.
That is a good list.
I don't think there's any would anyone? I'm just thinking, anyone looking at this list? I think Suarez. People would go, "How have you not got Suarez on there?"
Look, The only thing that's annoying about this list.
Reward winning. We need to reward winning.
No, the only thing that's annoying about this list is Hazard has his Real Madrid shirt on.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only thing. No, I think that's strong. I think that's a strong list, if I'm honest. Zebra Cross's comment below if you agree.
Yeah, like I think this is the thing. Everyone we've put in for a different reason, though.
Yeah, that's the
like
thing.
we can't say this is all based on ability, because then we've got, I suppose, on ability is pretty good, but then in terms of like, I don't know.
This has been absolute madness. I don't think there's been any method to this at all.
I will save it. We'll post it on the gram.
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's that.
Chaos. Right. That's been the episode.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
This has been Ant, Lim, and Gabs speaking about way too much football for way too long.
Because we miss it. We miss it,
man. We miss the fucking Premier League. And we hope it gets back so fucking the players that we love can break some more records.
Because we've been talking about football, next week we've got to balance that out with something a lot more.
We'll do something for the Galdem next week.
Exactly. Yeah.
We'll do that.
We'll do something. This was for the lads. This one. And we'll do something for the Galdem. We might answer some more relationship questions as well, because I know some of you guys enjoyed that.
All right.
But yeah. This has been us. We've been Zebra Crossers, Zebra Crossing, You've been Zebra Crossers. We've been Zebra Crossing. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. See you guys next week. Stay home. Stay safe. See you later.
Peace.